Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy Andrew Stone, aka Mr. WTC. And who am I with? As always, Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod, episode 213. The State of the Union is mid. Welcome, motherfuckers. What's up?
Well, what's up, man? How have you been? How's life?
Things are good. Things are good. 20 minutes late because my computer wouldn't recognize my microphone. Call it the supercomputer. To be fair, it's been 4.5 years though. What's up with how come if your laptop is good, how come it's not as good 4.5 years later? I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying. This is great podcasting. We're waiting for Joseph to quietly do something that we're unaware of right after he counted me down to start the podcast.
With microphone action on my microphone for some reason on the stream. But I'm fixing it. Yeah, it's been a crazy couple of weeks for me, but things are finally starting to kind of balance out. I've been consumed with all of this crazy State of the Union shit, which obviously we'll get into, but it's absolute madness. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll get more into it. I mean, I didn't plan on watching it. It was the hundred. I was at an hour and 48 minutes, so it is now the longest State of the Union address in the history of the State of the Union. Um, Totally on purpose, obviously. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not trying to do like the whole thing is so stupid. Um. Oh, there we go.
Cuba, Castro used to like do speeches for like hours.
Yeah, I mean that's. Oh, dang! Now it's actually like working, and that's too powerful. But you could see that. I mean, like I said, we'll save some of it, but I didn't plan on watching it, and then I got sucked into it, and then I was just sitting there the whole time, being like, "What the fuck am I watching? What the fuck is this right now?" Um, I was texting somebody that I work with who was stuck at work, being like, "Are you watching this?" And then, yeah, I think I texted you and was like, "Are you watching this shit?"
At that point, I had gone to the shower.
That makes sense.
I needed to take a shower. No,
Yeah.
I actually had been like really really sick, and
Are we
it's like kind of
canceled
what,
last night because you were sick?
yeah, kind of what do you expect? Like I was like grinding like in between two casinos, playing poker like for two, like
I
it,
was gambling so hard I got sick, baby.
pretty much like I mean because like first like just you're dealing with cards, right? That everybody's touching. You're sitting in like a circle with like people
Yeah,
close
it's
by.
gross. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm around, and then people are getting shuffled in and
The day
out.
to day hygiene of somebody who's grinding all day between two casinos.
I know, and I don't think to like wash my hands other than when I'm going to the bathroom.
Hmm.
Like I do think of it, but I not as much as I should. If I, you know what I'm saying, like you need to be like
Gotta
sometimes
bring some.
I'll go home and not think about washing my hands after like just 6 hours straight of poker, and I'm just like, what was I doing?
Yeah, you need to do. You need to get some anti-bac, dude. A little.
But when I got COVID, which was like years after like the pandemic, you know, popped off, was from the poker room for sure.
I
So
could see that.
yeah, but this was also like lack of sleep because I'm like grinding late. Like I'm going, you know, I'm like really exerting myself to do like a true poker grind. You know,
Like a Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen sleepover VHS tape. You're pulling an all nighter.
right? Like like I want to prove to myself that I'm built for that grind, and I want to
Built,
see if I
built
can do
for
it.
that life.
Right, right. And so
Built for it. I built it. I built that life.
that's right. I started the wave. Y'all
I did,
just surfing it.
yeah, shit. I did the insulation on the house that is that life.
Oh, I did the foundation. Oh.
Oh, and he shot the breathe with it. Um, yeah, and dude,
So, anyways, I got sick.
my phone is getting blown up with like vote for Ken Paxton, vote for Donald Trump. Donald Trump likes this comptroller. Donald Trump likes this city manager. Like they're flooding this area, and anybody that's a voter with like so much shit right now, it's insane. It's
Well, I mean, that's because the fucking alarm bells went off
oh
when
yeah, because they're crashing out. I mean,
the
there's a
Democrat won the state Senate seat there in Tarrant County. It's like, yeah, so that's ground zero, dude. South Lake, Tarrant County, always ground zero for this, this MAGA mess, whether it's, school board shit or, state championship football games, bitch. No,
it's been a while since we've won one of those,
yeah,
but
that's for sure.
2017 I think is the last time we won it.
You know, whatever. It's
Yeah,
just they don't have the essence of us. Like we just had a winning culture.
big facts.
It ran through all sports. Like I was going to state championships
That's
playing
the
hockey.
ultimate. Living in this area and talking to some old like dad, just talking like, oh, I went to school. Oh, did you play football? Yep. And then they just go on tangents and just want to talk about it for forever. Easiest icebreaker ever in this area. It's like, oh yeah, I played football at South Lake.
Because
Did
it's
you
like we
win?
were
I'm
like
like, yeah,
literally
we were
like
really good.
a part of like a legendary time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, it's a moth.
You good? All right. You want to get into therapy questions there, Mothman prophecies?
Yeah. Therapy question number one. Joseph, would you rather star in a flop Marvel movie or a wildly successful but cringe Netflix reality show?
I would probably, I mean, wildly successful but cringe Netflix would be good. You could parlay that into other stuff.
That's what I was thinking.
It's like now
Exactly what I was
flop
thinking.
on a Marvel movie, that could be it for you. Now you'd get paid. So like you would get a big chunk up front if you did a Marvel movie, you get paid pretty well. But I'd probably, as long as it wasn't Love Is Blind, that's like the cringiest shit ever. So if I would do a reality show, as long as it wasn't Love Is Blind, I would do like Mr. Beast's challenge. That's pretty cringe. I'd do any of them, but I would Squid Game knockoff reenactment.
Well, it's Netflix. It's Netflix. So
So they do Squid Game.
okay, they do Squid Game. They do Love Is Blind.
Mm.
They don't do Mr. Beast. That's I think
I know.
fine.
Just throwing that example. I'd do something like
Okay,
that.
well, and then you got to think about, we have to take this back to the roots of the podcast. The business side. Who do you want to be in bed with? Daddy Ted Sarandos, Uncle Ted, over at Netflix, or Marvel, which is what, Disney.
Because if you were on a wildly successful, you hit the talk show circuit.
And you could be yourself, and like you were saying, parlay it into other shit. So then you could build the brand off of you. It depends what it is, though, because it says it's cringe. It's like, but like,
The reality
uh,
show's cringe doesn't mean you have to be.
that's true. Like
Because there's a lot of
the
times,
circle, because I've always wanted to be on the circle. Anyways,
yeah, there's always people that, will, it'd be wild as if you did that like Japan Top 100 where it's like all the like,
I think it's Korea, right?
well, no, they've done multiple different
Yeah.
ones.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if you did that,
Oh, it's
and you were
Asia,
just,
isn't it?
and you're
Like
just like
Asia
the
Top
Asia
100,
100 or whatever, and you're like
yeah.
the only like you're like this white American guy. They're like, "What's up?" That would be awesome because that's really cringe. The way that they talk about each other when you watch it, obviously it doesn't translate perfectly, but
Ooh,
it's pretty
what
cringe.
about like Selling Sunset? So you're thinking of like competition shows. This is just reality.
Yeah, you could do that.
Could
Selling
just be my
Sunset.
life. It could just be my life, and it's just cringe. I mean,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
there
just
are
following
definitely.
you day to day. You're like, I'm 18 hours deep in the poker room, starting to feel sick. But I'm the
um,
foundation. I built the foundation. I'm built for this life. Andy spends another 4 hours in before falling asleep in the parking lot.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Late to pick up his dog child
Okay,
from
well,
his
oh, I
ex
didn't. So
girlfriend.
this is what
He'll
actually
be
happened.
getting
That
an
okay,
earful tomorrow
this
morning.
this is next level. So this actually was what happened. I did have a story. I'm just like trying to think. So I went to Hollywood Park, uh, played for a little bit, and then was gonna take a break and like think I was thinking about going home, but I was gonna go like eat. I was gonna eat lunch or something, and it was like 12 o'clock, and I went to go smoke some weed and just didn't think about it, but entered into a $1,000 guarantee tournament for $5. But what I didn't realize, like those tournaments go for like 6 hours if um, if you go far into it.
Yeah.
But I'm in Hollywood Park, so it's like I can't. So I ended up going super. I ended up getting sixth. There was three over 300 people in this tournament. I ended up getting sixth, but I got trapped at Hollywood Park. Except for I'm not playing. I'm playing online on my phone, but I can't. I don't want to drive home, which is like an hour on the 405 and the 101. So that I'm just moseying around Hollywood Park. They're like hitting the vape like outside, like going inside, taking a piss, coming back to my car, smoking weed for like 5 hours on Saturday uh, and until I got to the final table, should have fucking won, but this ass wipe like uh he we both went all in, and he had a lower pair, like he had a mid pair and I had the top pair, and then he caught his fucking two pair on the fucking river when the blinds were super high and there was like six of us left. So anyways, I got trapped at Hollywood Park playing poker, not at Hollywood Park,
Hmm.
and made it to
Okay.
another final table.
Okay.
Yeah. Therapy question number two.
No, but now if you did a Marvel movie, that could be cool. But like I said, that's like the ascension. And if you were one and done, this is my first movie. It's a Marvel movie. It sucked. You might be out of the game for life.
Well, I agree, and I've never seen any Marvel movies. Um,
You've
so
never seen a single Marvel movie. You ever seen Blade?
I've seen Blade.
Boom. There you
But I
go.
haven't seen it since like
Of course,
the
you forget about Snipes, dude. Forget about Wesley
since it
Snipes.
became like a thing. Like
Racist.
I don't know. I haven't seen any of them in the last 20 years.
Racist, dude. You forgot about Wesley Snipes, dude?
I meant like since it became like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like since it became
Blade's
a
in the
thing.
universe. That was the beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That was step
Right, but
one.
it wasn't like fucking people going out to the movies.
To go see Blade, I had the Blade movie poster. I got it for free.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
It wasn't
I
a part
don't.
of Disney. Disney didn't own it. How about that?
Yeah, so it was better. It wasn't, you know,
It was
didn't have Walt Disney's
before the
racist ass
machine
looming
before
over
the
it.
machine came.
Yeah, because Disney wouldn't have done Blade, a black vampire hunter. A day walking vampire hunter.
Allegedly, we don't know that.
What do you mean we don't know?
They're about to get a new CEO. They might start like handing out
Making
contracts
black
for
shit.
podcasts.
They'll go over real well.
Bro, we just don't want to burn any bridges, you know?
Yeah,
With these conglomerates.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, Disney.
Just kidding. Go fuck yourself, Disney.
Epcot's awesome. Epcot sucks. Universal Studios for life, dude. That's it.
California Adventure just turned 25.
Lame. That's just trying to keep up with Disney World. Be like, we have California Adventure. It's like, okay.
I think it was trying to keep up with Six Flags.
Maybe. Six Flags is lit. You know what else was crazy? Busch Gardens. Back in the day, Busch Gardens had some crazy roller coasters. They were out of Texas, but they had some good coasters. On God. Blah, blah, blah. On God. Therapy question number 2.
Would you rather be followed by the paparazzi for a year or become a viral meme for falling in public?
Falling in public. Be followed by the paparazzi for a year for no reason, just to follow you around.
Tight.
No, you would love that. You'd be like, oh hey, I'm just.
Couldn't I parlay that?
I mean, I guess
it's only a year. It's only a year.
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing. They're
gonna.
Yeah, that'd be tight. You'd be come back on some like VH1, remember the meme, pop up meme video, some shit. Yeah, some shit like that. They'll have something like that. It'll be like, who's gonna be like Willow Smith will be hosting it and be like, oh, we're gonna talk about these memes from back in the day.
Bro, I start like doing open mics. Paparazzi's going to my open mics. Who the fuck's this guy? I start going to the club.
Well, they would know who you are at home.
Following the dude. Who the fuck's this guy?
They would know who you are, obviously. They're just gonna start following you, like, hey, who's that random man? That's
paparazzi. He must be fucking famous. Let him in. Get on Raya, as if I wasn't already. All sorts of things you could do, and then it's over in a year.
No, I wouldn't want to be followed by the paparazzi
celebrities
for a
call
year.
The paparazzi to take pictures of them.
Yeah. This, you wouldn't even have to call them. They'd just be there. The first day of it, you'd be like, what the fuck? Why are y'all following me? A normal person. You'd be like, oh, hey.
California Adventure.
They must be following me. I'm so great. I'm just trying to go to California. I knew this day would come, you guys.
I mean, okay. I mean, I just remember the only time, like, not the only time probably, but this one time I was on mushrooms, speaking of which, at Hurricane Harbor on mushrooms next to the Black Hole line. Black Hole was very popular.
I think I've heard of this story where it's like you had a very bad time.
No, I just know.
Somebody said that we should talk about doing ketamine on here.
I might know who that is. But no, I slipped. Like I had like a goofy cartoon like slip, and then I slammed right on my ass. I was just standing still on mushrooms. Whole line laughs, but it was funny, and the mushrooms were fun. Like it wasn't a bad time at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it always made me think like, why is it so fucking funny when somebody falls like that? You know. Like I just slammed on my ass and
I mean I think it's
universally laughed at.
It's somebody else's misfortune, but like everyone's okay, you know. It's like there's a whole genre. I mean, why do people laugh? I don't know. America's Got
but specifically with that, like it was like not a question whether you were laughing or not. It's like the only person who wouldn't have laughed is like Trump because he's a sociopath.
Because you were standing there and you slipped and tumbled and fell standing flat-footed in line. That's probably why it was funny. It probably
wasn't even in line. I was
it probably looked hilarious too because you're on mushrooms, so your perception.
Because I try to get my balance.
That makes it worse.
A couple pedals.
Oh, the couple pedals, the cartoon slip. Yeah, that's very funny, especially if you end up being okay.
But why? Like logically, why is it funny?
Because you got hurt.
We just know it's funny, but we don't know why.
That's somebody else's misfortune. Costs nothing.
I don't think that's funny though.
It can be if no one's hurt.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Therapy question number 3. Would you rather be mistaken for a celebrity constantly or never recognized even when famous?
Never recognized, even when famous.
Never recognized.
Yeah, then you could just go about, you could be famous, do your thing, and go about your life, and no one would like, there'd be no paparazzi. You could just live a normal life.
What's the point? I'm just kidding.
Because to be mistaken for a celebrity and being like, no, sorry, I'm not him. You could say, like, oh, I am, and do whatever, and then be an impersonator and roll that into like a full time gig. But I'd much rather be famous and already rich and just not have to like hide my face when I go around.
Well, the thing is that you're constantly mistaken for the celebrity, so you could just pick and choose when you go with it, you know? When like most of the time you'd be like, no. But if it's like backstage at the concert, sure. I'm Jonah Hill.
Yeah. But what if you get called out?
Oh, I don't give a shit. Come
Like
on,
later.
like I went to
You'd
the
be
50
like a
Cent
serial
concert,
impersonator. You got mistaken for 50 Cent. Are you
but
50
no,
Cent?
I
Yeah.
I
Call
just
me
went to the
Curtis.
just walked straight through the VIP section, which was like upstairs. I just walked and nobody said anything to me. And I hung out there for like an hour and a half, and then like some guy came up there. He's like, "Well, are you supposed to be up here?" I was like, "Nah." And he's like, "Oh, well, you gotta go back downstairs." I was like, "Oh, shucks." I'm so disappointed in myself that I did that. You know, it's like zero repercussions. You know, every zoo's a petting zoo if you're brave enough, homie.
Did you just not have a pass? And that's why they were like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it was funny because I was with my buddy John, who's Peruvian, not white, and we were walking together, and no questions asked, just like and literally a bouncer at the bottom of the steps, just no questions asked, just let me go by and stops him. Yeah,
Damn.
and then I was like, you know, it's like we lost a lot of good men out there, dude. But I'm gonna stay up here for a little
Yeah.
bit at least. You know, I'll
Because
let you know what happens. You know, I'll tell you about it.
I'll try to get some pictures.
No, no, there's no
No,
pictures in the
just with
champagne
50
room.
Cent. Why not?
Well, it was like upstairs. I mean, he was like the general admission. It was like Dre's nightclub
Dre's,
in
yeah.
Vegas. Yeah, yeah. The worst part of though, when we left, we like got in mob mentality and just like followed some people down a stairwell, uh, and realized that we were like going the wrong direction, but only after like 25 flights of stairs. And so we ended up like doing all these flights and then walking from there to Planet 13, which is the biggest dispensary in the
Yeah.
world, and then from there to our hotel, which was the Venetian. And the next day we went home, and I was staying at my new place in Santa Monica. And when I got home, I couldn't walk or talk, but I couldn't walk. My legs were so sore. But like I was just like on the adrenaline and like I think like Adderall like in Vegas like they got me through like the flights of steps and stuff. But when I woke up the next day, dead. It was the craziest thing ever, and I
Yeah,
couldn't.
Vegas will do
Yeah,
that to you.
I know, proper Vegas experience, and I wasn't drinking. No, yeah, no, I was back then. Yeah. Never mind.
Totally sober. Wait, no. Never mind.
No, no, no. Okay, therapy question number 4. Final therapy question. Would you rather your life have reality TV confessionals or documentary narration?
Reality TV confessionals would probably be more productive because you would get shit out. So you'd be able to like sit there and talk and like vent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'd be like Modern Family and
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, I would
Like
want to do that.
breaking like the fourth wall. Um Documentary narration, like that could be pretty condescending if I can hear it. I might be like, hey, fuck you, man. Like
What if it's like Steven Attenborough?
yeah, well if I'm doing something stupid, like little does he know he's doing it wrong and he'll figure it out in another 15 minutes. Like that'd piss me off. I'd be like, fuck you, I'm doing it wrong. Like, you know, like I feel like I'd argue more. I would end up getting into an argument with the narrator, especially if I could hear it.
Especially if it was a woman.
Maybe for you. Um, as where yeah, the confessionals would be way more therapeutic. You get a lot off your chest, get it
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
a lot of jokes,
Yeah, you could say like I mean, and are these being replayed for everybody to hear?
of course, for the
Well,
fans.
mm,
I don't know.
and hopefully not. That would suck.
I think it's I think it's like you would be able to see other people's reality TV confessionals, and then I guess also have your own. That's how because it's your life.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'd have my own, and I could see other people's.
Yeah,
That'd be good. Maybe. So it must probably make you like hella paranoid and freaked out all the time.
I
And then
mean,
you'd
just
because then
be
you'd
like living on a real like on the real world,
yeah,
like
but I mean they see that after the fact.
or be like on be like living like on like Summer House or something because you're coming back with the same people the next season. So yeah, you do see it after the fact, but or Real Housewives, the same shit. Yeah, it's because
Yeah, so you'd
if it's
see it
the same
after the fact.
cast, yeah, but it still matters.
Well, yeah, you'd see it after the fact, so that would bother you. Then you'd know. That's what I'm saying. Like it'd be hard to go back and be like, "Oh, hey, what's up? I saw you talking shit or heard the horrible things you said about me." Like, cause it'd be all directed. It'd all be you specific. So that'd be pretty heavy.
Or you adjacent.
Yeah, it'd be intense.
It could be funny though.
You could either like figure out how to harness it and make the best of it, or you'd like spiral. There's there's really you couldn't like just do it and be like, whatever. Like you'd
As
either
long as
be
it was in the same kind of like dry comedic style as like a Modern Family,
yes.
yeah,
If it's like
then
real, if it's like
I
real
want
world
that.
crash outs, that'd be intense. Like Jersey Shore crash outs about you, like your coworker who's mad at you, going in there and crashing out, running their mouth, and then you see that 6 weeks later, you'd be like, "Fuck you, bro!" Like
Yeah, I
it would
guess
cause,
that's actually what it would be, right? I'm thinking of mockumentary, and this is more like, yeah, that's probably like Love Island.
yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be intense. And you have to get together, make every time after every couple weeks, it'd be like a reunion episode.
Vanderpump Reunion coming up next week.
Let's go, dude. Vanderpump
They just had Pride.
for life. Vanderpump for life. Lisa, holla at your boy.
Oh,
Love you, girl.
the LVP.
Baddie, bro.
Too British for me.
Not British enough, bro.
Oh, speaking of other
Like
countries,
Elizabeth Hurley. Come on, dude.
I mean, we'll just name like the one hottest chick ever. She's like 75 and she looks like she's 32. Like, get the fuck
Shout
out. And
out.
she looked like she was 32 when she's like 32.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean,
Austin
okay,
Powers, dude.
okay, they got one. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not hating on Brit. I love the British people. I just am
Doesn't sound like
American.
it. Oh, okay. I'm just American.
Um, I'll just my girls wear the red, white, and blue, which is also the colors of the UK. So I
Yeah.
don't even know what that means.
Just making it worse.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say that Joseph, we got new listeners in Greece last week. I was looking.
Shout out.
I thought there was like a fucking mistake because the number had changed like a bunch, and with 3 new countries listening, and this week, Haiti, shout out. Even though the shit's like a fucking popped off civil war run by gangs caused by Eric Prince.
No, caused by the Hillary Clinton. Come on, man. Keep up.
And Blackwater.
You didn't see the latest Q drop?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Oh, I
Like,
must have made that up.
uh, shit. We're gonna get flagged, bro. I mean, I don't know. Can you get
If we're
flagged
not
for
already,
Q1?
if we're not already,
No, I mean, I don't know. Spotify, I think they like us because we've been down with them back before when they were trying to grow podcasts. You know, before podcasts were like before they were handing out big boy checks. But also okay, Haiti, Malaysia, and Iraq, Baghdad, bro. I actually didn't look to see if it was Baghdad, but Baghdad, dude. And then we had some dude from Bangladesh slip into the DMs today, telling us trying to monetize our shit. And Bangladesh is in the top 10 of all the countries. So I don't even know what's going on in Bangladesh. It just keeps going up, and then now people from Bangladesh are hitting us up.
Let's go.
Mm.
What? You're leery of Bangladesh? What
Aren't we
was that?
all? Aren't we all?
I forgot you're American.
No, I mean I'm just saying. Uh, it's just like an obscure country of the bunch to be climbing in the ranks.
Let's go,
And I'm
dude.
just curious to know what it's like out there in the streets of Bangladesh. You know, like,
Or
are
did
we a
you
household? Are
respond
we
to
a
the
household
DM?
name? Are we a
Did,
household name? No,
did you
no.
reach out? You gotta
That,
be like, hey, how are
that was
we?
literally this morning.
Were you like, hey, it's probably the morning for him now. Be like, hey, so what's up? What's the word on the streets of Bangladesh about TS or get off the pod?
You know, I've met people talk to him.
We got a street team, a Bangladeshian street team.
I'll
Every
have
good podcast has one.
I'll have our team, our lawyers reach out. Oh, our team in Asia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need a street team, Bangladeshian street team, South African street team, Australian street team. You know what I'm saying?
Ukrainian.
Iraqi street team.
Iran's up there in the top 10.
Let's
Now we got
go.
Iraq. You know what I'm saying? Let's go,
Solid as a
baby.
rock, dude. Solid as a
You
rock.
know, hey, and you know what they said in the Iran and Iraq war? I was rooting for the bullets.
It's only a matter of time before the paparazzi starts following you around because of your world famous hard hitting jokes. The timing, just cadence. Like
Thank you.
I'd ask who you'd studied to learn how to tell jokes that good.
The greats.
Obviously, it's
The
all.
greats.
Obviously, it's the whole book, the kit and
Great gut
caboodle.
filled. Great gut filled.
Ridiculous.
On to the articles.
Yeah, no break today.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and then
Just more fabulous podcasting from
hold on,
Andrew and Joseph.
technical difficulties. Article number 1. I mean, we talked about it a little bit in the beginning. State of the Union was last night. Most bizarre shit I've ever seen. And like the last one was bizarre, but this one was bizarre in a different way. It was just like droning and dragging on for forever. This is from NPR KERA. That's 5 takeaways from Trump's State of the Union address. It was weird. Like
No shit.
like no, but I've watched a bunch of these before, and I mean, I try to watch the
Okay,
State of the Union.
boomer. Yeah, me too.
I've watched George W. Bush. I've seen Obama's. I've seen a Joe Biden. I've seen Trump. So
I'm just saying the way that you said it, just how you sound like an old man. You're like,
yeah, just different.
I've watched, I've seen a number of State of the Unions in my day.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in our lives, we've seen quite a few, and this is one of the most
Some
bizarre
said it.
ones. One of the more bizarre ones I've ever seen, in that nothing was really addressed. Despite obviously being like, these people are crazy, these people are sick, and the stupid baiting, trying to get them to stand up moments.
Stand on command.
I did like that whenever he said that they all voted against the tax cuts, they all stood up and clapped and cheered. That was pretty funny when they trolled him. That was really funny. But then him lambasting the Supreme Court justices while they're sitting right in front of him. And then it just turned into a fucking award ceremony, dude. It was so random. It was just like, and this guy, we're giving them a Citizens Bronze Star. And then, oh, we're giving out Melania, give this guy sitting next to you the Medal of Honor. It was like, what? She's like, pulls it out of her pocket. It was crazy. It was literally.
He did that with Rush Limbaugh, like in his first term. It was so gross. Um, did you catch the part? I think it was one of the first shout outs that he gave, and it was about no tax on tips and no tax on overtime.
Yeah.
And he pointed out like a lady who was there, and her husband was working a lot of overtime, and she was working for a lot of tips. And because they both now don't get taxes on that, which also I don't even think was a part of that actual bill. It was like a suggestion. I don't even know if he's legally allowed to do that. But like, let's just put that aside. Let's say it is true. Uh, he goes, he's like, you're gonna believe, you're not gonna believe how rich she is now. How after all, now her husband had like the crazy buildup of how many hours of overtime and taxes on and tips that she now makes now $5,000 more a year. I almost positive that's what he said. I'm like, what?
Well, and that's where the no tax on
What are we
tips
talking about?
is misleading because there is tax on your overtime. There is tax on your tips under a certain amount. So if you make too much money in tips, then you still pay taxes on it.
But
And
it's
you
also like the
and it's
dishwashers don't fucking get tips, and like other people don't get tips. So it's like you're selective. It's like a
well, and it's
regressive ass
only
tax.
it's only it's only no tax up to a certain amount of tips. After that, you're taxed regularly. Now, the no tax on overtime is misleading because let's say it's like time and a half, so you're $10 an hour, and then you're in overtime and it's 15. You still get taxed on the 10. You don't get taxed on the $5. So the time you don't get taxed on the halftime. So you could do 60 hours, you'd still get taxed, regular tax for the 60 hours, but for that extra dollar difference in the time and a half, you don't get taxed on that.
So you work 60 hours, you get paid like as if you worked 90. You get taxed on 60. Don't get taxed on 30.
No, if I worked 45 hours, I would get taxed on 45 hours. But then the extra five, if I did $10 an hour, so it's time and a half, so it'd be 15. The extra $5 an hour I made on those extra 40 on those five
Right.
hours,
Well, I'm
that's
saying
not
like
taxed.
I was saying you worked. Okay, let's go back to let's say you work 60 hours.
Yep, 60 hours.
Okay, you work 60 hours. You're getting paid as if you worked 90, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just put it when you put it that way, the 60 hours are taxed normally, and then the 30 hours that you got paid extra are not taxed if you broke it out like that. If Because you're getting time and a half, so you're getting 90 hours of pay instead of 60 hours of pay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like so a third of that is still being taxed.
2/3.
2/3, yeah, 2/3 of it is still being taxed, where they make it sound like none of it's being taxed,
Right, right.
which is extremely misleading.
But it's better than if the alternative was it was all getting taxed the same.
I mean, yeah,
And it's just, whatever. It's like I don't need to do the work for you, to if it sounds better the way I'm saying it, then.
yeah. I mean, no, I mean, it's not that it sounds better. I mean, it's
And
just
I'm not even
the
against that
way.
shit. My whole thing is I'm just pointing out that the one example that he used is that she made $5,000 more dollars. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? It's like that's bro. You know. Um. Anyways, but what else were you saying about it?
Well, and then obviously brought out the men's hockey team, gave the citizens, what is it, the Star of Freedom to the goalie for the U.S. hockey team.
Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Presidential Medal of Freedom to the goalie for the men's hockey team. There was a high school girl who ran away to be trans and then came back, and now she has a full ride scholarship to Liberty. They talked about her. Now, obviously, then there's like I don't mean it like in a bad way, but there's the low lying fruit. So there's a lot of it was like reaching out and trying to gain sympathy because he is so unlikable right now that it's like, I'm going to tote out, I'm going to talk about the 100-year-old, World War II pilot. I'm going to talk about who's should have gotten a Medal of Honor forever ago. Finally gave him one. So there was a lot of just like, it was an award ceremony, man.
Yeah,
He was
dude,
just,
it's jazz hands, jazz
it was
hands. So
just
you
one
don't,
big fucking
because
award ceremony.
he,
It was weird.
he's not talking about the state of the fucking union because it's not going well, bitch.
We're doing so much winning. For a lot of it, he was like yelling too. He was like shouting in the mic. I was like, whoa, bro, turn the volume down. All right, so this article goes. Only one president in U.S. history has gone before Congress during the State of the Union and said the State of the Union was not good. It wasn't President Trump on Tuesday. It was Gerald Ford in 1975, with the country facing similar economic problems to today's, including high prices. People continue to say that prices and the cost of living are the top of their concerns, and they blame Trump's policies, particularly his tariffs, for making things worse. But Trump ignored these economic warts, instead boasting that our nation is back and that it's a turnaround for the ages. It all amounted to a fairly standard Trump speech. It hit familiar notes on immigration and culture, with a Ryan rate with was wide ranging and record setting, the longest spoken State of the Union address in recent history at 1 hour and 48 minutes. Um, had an unusual amount of Trump's showmanship, that's what I'm saying. It was super weird. Here are 5 things to take away from it. Trump ignored the difficulties people are facing with the economy. And that's true. Like, he didn't talk about anything about fixing the economy necessarily, anything substantive. He talked about Trump RX. He talked about, the Trump bank accounts for kiddos. Like, it was just like him rattling off a bunch of random shit. But he didn't talk about any more plans moving forward and how they want to address these things. It was just like, look at all the stuff that I've done.
And he would say, and I didn't name it that. I promise, I didn't name it. They
Yeah.
named some.
A really tall, smart guy sitting there in the third row. He did. Thank you. And everybody going,
Mm,
dude, corny as fuck. Voters have been saying for a long time that prices and the costs of living are their top concerns. It is largely what has landed Trump and the Republican Party in a precarious position ahead of this year's midterm elections. And yet Trump largely ignored the economic hardships many are feeling. He gave a rosy outlook touting the stock market, lower gas prices, but the reality is it's just not how voters are feeling, and Trump did not have an "I feel your pain" moment in the speech. His approval ratings are at or near record lows, and voters are blaming his policies, particularly his tariffs, and for making things worse. In this speech, he doubled down on those tariffs, with the Supreme Court justices sitting right in front of him. He criticized their ruling last week, said he will come up with alternative legal justifications for keeping them in place. Trump's midterm message is not new. This is number 2. There is no novel political message from the president in this speech. Trump talked a lot about his political hobby horse, the rows of immigration, crime, and culture wars. He tried to hit a reset button on immigration, focusing on border security, crimes committed, with gory, he was with gory anecdotal detail. It's a it's a tactic that has been long employed by Trump, the GOP, and conservative media to advocate against immigration, particularly when data doesn't back up allegations of higher levels of crimes committed by those in the country. Because if you're an immigrant, you're less likely to commit a crime than an American citizen. Big fact. There is no legislative agenda. There is no legislative agenda, which is true. State of the Union addresses can sometimes descend into laundry lists of things the president wants Congress to accomplish. Not this speech. There were only half a dozen specific things Trump asked Congress to do. Codify Trump's attempts to lower drug prices, though it's unclear how. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act, which would restrict Wall Street trading by members of Congress and their spouses. Passed what the Trump called the Delilah Law, that would ban commercial licenses for immigrants in the country without legal status. No shit.
Okay, but can I just say this? Okay, the Article 1 of the Constitution, man, Congress makes the fucking laws. Okay, the executive branch is the executor of the Constitution and laws. So they just go out and execute the laws made by Congress. It shouldn't be the fucking president telling Congress to do anything.
Yeah.
It's Congress telling the president, here's the fucking shit, go get it done.
Restore funding to the Department of Homeland Security after the killing of 2 Americans in Minnesota. Democrats refuse to authorize new funding for them. Pass the SAVE Act, which will require proof of citizenship to vote. Proven instances of fraud, including by non-citizens, are very rare, but Trump claims there is rampant cheating. It's something he has used to justify his 2020 election loss because he's just a fucking liar. The Democratic response had a wide range. There was little mini crash outs. I mean, that's what they want. That's what they want. Is for them to
What?
get those reactions out of them, you know.
Oh, I know, but Nancy Pelosi was like saying that they told him like either don't go or if you go, just like don't give him like the clip. But some of them still reacted, but it wasn't like as bad, you know.
Yeah. State of the Union speeches have turned from staid and raucous in the past 16 years. Outbursts and protests have become more common. Some Democrats boycotted. Others, like Minnesota Rep. Ilhan Omar, shouted at the president about things she found outrageous during his speech. Representative Al Green of Texas carried a sign that read, "Black people aren't apes," a reference to Trump's social media post. I mean,
He was the one who got kicked out.
that's two. He's back to back.
I don't know if he got kicked out here. I'm saying yeah, before he
Yeah, he
did.
got kicked out here too. He got kicked
Oh,
out
yeah.
pretty quickly,
Nice.
like
If
two
you're gonna
minutes
get
in.
kicked out, like I might as well get like let me go quick. I don't want to like sit around for this.
None of this will likely matter much politically because the views of Trump's are baked in. Try to reset with the nation, but it's a tall order when the views about him are so baked in. And that's really what it came off as, is him trying to be like, look, oh, we got these guys who won gold, and oh, I'm honoring all these service members. He was doing things to like gain sympathy points, gain human points. That's all he did. He didn't do anything of any, he didn't talk about anything of real substance. He rattled off a bunch of stuff, called people crazy, cracked jokes, and then
You
just
know,
started introducing random fucking people left and right.
like where it says like crazy Democrats or those crazy people. That was like in the pre-written notes or like the pre-written speech that
Yeah.
they hand out. Yeah, that's so it's like not even him ad libbing. Dude, I mean, come on. Like, who gives a shit? Fuck this dude. What's your favorite State of the Union? Since you're such a connoisseur,
I mean, I'll.
State of the Union moment. Because I have one go to.
Hmm, it's probably whenever. It's probably. Hmm. I liked whenever our boy Santos was at one State of the Union.
Yeah, like mine was when Obama it's like in his second term, and he's saying something, and he's like, and I don't have any more elections to run, and all the Republicans get up and they start clapping, and he goes, "That's because I won both of mine."
Yeah.
And then all the Democrats get up and just start like heckling the Republicans, like ah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a mic drop moment.
Yeah, but that's like corny. That's that whole
No, no,
thing.
I mean that no, it was corny for the Republicans to be
No,
like,
corny for them to do it for sure. But
but then,
that's what I'm saying.
but Obama did like just always on point to show how quick he is. Like it's like when they throw him the basketball and when he's in front of like the Marines and he just drains the 3-pointer.
Oh, the
Of course
lefty shot.
of course he fucking did. Like it's Barack.
Yeah. Barack Hussein. So, I mean, the whole thing was really rough to watch, and there was really no substance or any discussion of anything realistic. Obviously, there was no mention of the Epstein files, no mention of the victims that they brought. They
Yeah,
pointed
yeah. You
all,
don't stand for the American citizens. It's like you got the fucking Epstein victims in there. You won't even fucking release like these like you'll release their names.
what's really funny too is there's a lot of people that you see like in his cabinet or people that are in his administration that are failed politicians who lost their elections, lost their governorships in like Georgia or lost, and then they just continue to attach themselves to him, and then he brought them into the fold after he got reelected. So I find that pretty funny. Whenever it would show like the people sitting in front, I'm like, oh, that asshat's still around. Like you just see it's just like a who's who of
Well,
failed MAGA stars.
that's what these authority like these dictator wannabe dictators do is you surround yourself with people who would never be there in any other circumstance or they like are cling like are hungry for power or desperate because they're on the outs and they want to be in the inner circle. Yeah, it's like the weak, the vulnerable. It's like nobody who's going to challenge you, but everybody who's like going to be loyal to you because they know that they, wouldn't be there without you.
Yeah. I mean,
Cash Patel.
it's a smart move, but normally it's smart to do that with smart people. He's doing it with like
I mean,
morons.
well, it's got to be a lot of morons, but I mean, there's some. I mean, Stephen Miller. I mean, I don't know.
Well, there's some evil smart people,
That's what I'm saying.
and then there's stupid people.
Right. We're looking at you, Christy. No, dog killer with the bad filler.
Article from BBC from Quentin Somerville. Fear is everywhere. BBC reports from the Mexican city turned into a war zone, which is crazy. Mexico's president praised the special forces for bringing down the country's most wanted man, drug lord Nismo Osiguero Cervantes, better known as El Mencho, died in custody Sunday shortly after being captured amid a bloody firefight in Jalisco. But the BBC found in another Mexican cartel hotspot in the northern part of the Sinaloa state, there is a vacuum left by the removal of a powerful leader that can trigger a surge in violence and warning. Get out of here. BBC's trying to make me what? I'm not paying for this. Since when? Why do I have to subscribe to continue? What?
Uh, uh,
When did they start doing this?
nah, I mean, mine's wide open,
Well,
homie.
you can read it. That's some
Um,
bullshit, BBC.
I don't know where you stopped. I'm telling you, dude, these British people, you know what I'm saying? The
Uh,
fear. Where'd you stop?
what's the second paragraph? I stopped where he talked about how there is a power vacuum left.
Were you doing the bold?
Yeah.
Okay. The vacuum left by the removal of a powerful cartel leader can trigger a surge in violence as warring factions battle for control. The fear is everywhere, and the fear is constant, said paramedic Hector Torres, 53, from the front seat of the ambulance in Culiacan. We had just come from the scene of a shooting inside a garage in the city center. The owner was lying dead in his office, blood spreading across the white tiled floor. As Hector and the other paramedic, Julio Cesar Vega, 28, entered the premises, a woman ran in wailing. She was the man's wife, but there was nothing to be done. Hector checked for vitals and then placed a paper blanket over the corpse. For the last year and a half, the Sinaloa cartel, one of the world's largest and most feared drug gangs, has been at war with itself after the son of one of its leaders betrayed another. The removal of that cartel leader, Ishmael El Mayo Zambada, who's now in prison in the U.S., has wrought mayhem across Sinaloa and provides a warning of the dangers facing the country.
So just so
Hector
you know, El Mayo is hardcore. They were looking for that guy for fucking ever. Like we talked about him when he got caught. Like some people didn't barely knew what he looked like in the shadows type fucking dude.
Hector said the violence in Culiacan had never been so bad or gone on for so long. Last year, their number of callouts increased by over 70%. But in week one, in the week, no, sorry, but in the week I spent with Hector and Julio, almost every incident they responded to ended the same way, with a dead body in a building or by the side of the road, and grief-stricken relatives nearby asking for answers. Few cartel victims survive, and nowhere is safe. Schools, hospitals, and even funerals have been attacked. Sinaloa cartel was like a family. Everyone was united in a single cartel. They were friends. They ate at the same table, Hector explained. They were like brothers, parents, uncles, sisters, and suddenly they were fighting. And locked in a deadly feud, he said. That family business was built into a billion-dollar enterprise producing the deadly drug fentanyl and flooding U.S. streets with opioids, which have cost tens of thousands of lives. U.S. President Donald Trump declared the cartel and others terrorist organizations and labeled fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction. He's threatened Mexico with direct military action if it doesn't bring the drug and the traffickers under control. Both Hector and Julio were wearing body armor, 14 kilograms of Kevlar, and armor plate. Julio said it was essential. We don't know if the people responsible for the attacks are still at the scene or if they completed their objective and suddenly disappeared. So we run the risk of being caught in the crossfire of an attack and getting injured. The sun was beginning to set as we drove back to the paramedic base in a city that once came alive at night would soon be deserted. Traffic was slow. The Mexican government has sent thousands of troops to Sinaloa, and they'd set up checkpoints on the most of the roads. It turned out that when the garage owner was killed, 3 men were kidnapped from the premises at the same time. The heavily armed soldiers and Marines were checking cars for any sign of them. Kidnapping in Culiacan can be a fate worse than death. Earlier in the week, a body had been found dumped on the pavement outside one of the main shopping malls. From the state of the victim's corpse, it was clear he'd been tortured. His body was intact, but the skull had been flayed and his eyes removed. A sign was left with the corpse, in large lettering, a message from one cartel faction to another. It accused the dead man of being a traitor and came with a warning. We are coming for the rest of you. Culiacan is a prosperous city full of shopping malls, neat parks, and fancy car dealerships. Outside the mall, a man in a black cycling gear stopped in the rush hour traffic to stare at the police, placed the remains of a man into a body bag. Next day, the body of another victim, mutilated in the same way, was left by the main road heading north outside the city. When the forensic team lifted the accompanying sign, it was difficult to read. Blood ran down its surface and puddled in its gravel verge. Do you want me to keep reading this?
I mean, this is just.
I mean, the shit fucking popped the fuck off. Like, I did. I mean, this is like dark, dark, but like, I saw like a meme and it like had like the explosions or like cars on fire in Mexico, and it said, "Someone tell Erica Bush this is how you mourn, uh, like a assassination of your husband or something like that."
Oh, Erica Kirk. Yeah, that's pretty hardcore. I mean, but that's what happens every time is one of these guys gets dropped off, then there's a power vacuum, it gets super vicious, the most vicious people take over. This guy, El Mencho's kind of fucking stupid because they've been looking for this guy for forever, and you know how he got caught?
His
Allegedly.
girl.
It wasn't even his girl. It's an OnlyFans model he was hanging out with for a while and fucking. And then she like was in public with her in a club. There's photos of them out like the night or two before where she's wearing like his bulletproof vest with like, and it looks like an FBI one, but it's got the, you know,
Probably Cash Patel's. That's what
it's
he was
like
looking for.
CJ like SC on it, you know, for like whatever they are. For Sinaloa cartel, but like she's like photographed with him in public, and that's who turned him in. She like tipped them where he was, and that's how they found him. And then he got scooped up, and he was alive when they took him into custody.
And he died on his way to
And
Mexico
then he
City.
died on his way.
Yeah. And then they started blowing shit up across like the entire
Oh, I
fucking
mean, they were.
country.
I mean, there's still to this day, there's Americans that are trapped down
Like
there who
what?
were on vacation.
Yeah, what I heard was that this was basically like Trump wanted blood. He wanted somebody's head, and they knew that like if by doing this, it's like gonna cause all this fucking violence. But they're like just to appease Trump and be like, yeah, we're doing something. So they did this, like knowing it's gonna like cause more problems than it's solving.
Yeah, I mean, but they are continuing to put pressure on it, which I got to give them credit for that. But I mean, these guys, they have like their own special forces teams. There's like tons of different groups. There's like Las Zetas, the Zetas are like former military and special forces guys that just deserted, and they have like tanks. They have helicopters with missiles. Like these guys have some crazy wild shit. To where if they want to go into if all the cartels got together, had a full-fledged war with all of their stuff against the Mexican army, they'd probably lose, but they would do some serious fucking damage. Like these guys, like, and now what they're saying is we're watching.
The thing is, we have air superiority. Like it's
Well,
over.
that's us. I'm talking about. I'm not. I'm taking the U.S. out of the equation. Just the Mexican special forces and military versus the cartels. There are people that are in the military that leave and steal all their shit and then go join.
Like I can see like a
They
prolonged
have like
or
APCs
horrific
and
like
shit.
insurgency, but like as far as
But they have like APCs. You
like
know
if
what I
they
mean?
went up, I know I understand that they have like a lot of shit. I'm just saying like
But do you know what that an APC is like? It's just a tank with really no guns on it that you just put people in, and then you drive
I
through
mean
buildings
they
and
have
they
like
just open up.
drones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They have a lot of like real. That's what they've been using a lot of is drones. They've been attacking the Mexican military and special forces with
Right.
like rudimentary drone setups and stuff. Like they're doing some crazy shit. But I mean, I saw a comment and it's kind of true. We're watching this like young generation of cartel people have the biggest crash out in the entire world. That's basically what they're doing right now. Is their boss got captured, he got killed. Now they're all kind of crashing the fuck out, and nobody's safe. And that's like literally, that's normally there are people that are safe. Normally there's like, no, like we leave these people alone, we fuck with these people. Nobody's safe. Airports, whatever they can, they're just fucking everything up anywhere they can, ambushing people anytime they can. And I don't think people in America, some of them don't realize it's not like the cartels are all living in some big mansion in the jungle with guards walking around with guns. Like that exists for like El Mayo, El Mencho, for some of these dudes that are the heads of the cartels. They have these compounds, but they have tens of thousands of people just, you know, living in like studio apartments in Mexico City.
Fucking foot soldiers.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's one of the one of the biggest problems they had with catching Pablo Escobar was like everybody was in on it. It's like, oh, my son's a lawyer. Who paid for your kid to go to law school? Pablo Escobar did. That's who paid. He built the hospital my kid was born in, and he owns the milk bottling company that my husband works for. Like the level that they ingratiate themselves with the people and the public, they become these like Robin Hood figures for them, that even though they do these horrible things, they're like a more likable Tony Soprano, where they're like,
I mean, that's the same thing with Maduro and Hugo Chavez before him. Same fucking thing. It's like you hand
true,
out money to poor people, and
but with Hugo Chavez and with Maduro, like those guys were the heads of their state at one point. These guys are not. These guys are fucking
right.
gangsters. They're drug dealers. They're, you know, they're big. They're loud, boisterous, obnoxious, flashy drug dealers. Like there's no way anybody in the United States could flash the amount of wealth that they do and do the crazy shit that they do on social media and not be taken down. So it's like this weird ecosystem that exists down there. So yes, you are right. By doing that, I'm sure some of it is to appease Trump and get them off of his ass and have them kind of like have him back up a little bit and telling them what to do. But yes, it does create this power vacuum, which is super deadly, super dangerous. And that's true for any moment in time in history when you have some these big imposing authority figures, be them in elected public office or not. You see them whenever those people do leave. When you see a Chavez, when you see some of those other people leave too, there's a massive power vacuum, and then it gets filled. And I don't know why we think it'll be any different in the 50
That's
something.
why it's why we used to we stopped regime change, we stopped assassinations. You know, it's like you never know what the fuck's going to happen next. You could get a worse outcome next. It's like you don't just like take people out and then just fingers crossed in like a nation state setting. I'm not saying you don't take this guy out and you know just because like they're gonna crash out and you know whatever cartel maxing and just blow up like like a bunch of shit for no reason, but it's just like
That's awesome.
I don't know. I used to not have a problem with the cartels until the fentanyl. You know, it's like I'm here. Like we need
But
people
that's the
producing
easiest.
we need the people producing the cocaine. Like we need these people like viable. Because if I ever want to when and I, I get the inkling to do some cocaine, some Bolivian marching powder. I want it to be.
Some Archie Bunker.
I want it to be on point, like Stacey Adams.
I mean, that's fair.
But fentanyl to me is like it's funny because I don't know if funny is the right word, but like Trump naming it a weapon of mass destruction. It's like I've been saying that too. It's like this shit's more like deadly than anthrax. Like how the fuck is this like a drug and not like a fucking chemical weapon, dude? And then like Trump probably named it a weapon of mass destruction for his own fucking reasons, so you can go after like Maduro, who's literally never sold fentanyl ever, but just claim he does. And then but fentanyl, I mean, I don't know how else you would describe it, dude. You're like a fucking like a little tiny like grain of salt size of fentanyl could just like kill you and an elephant. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it has medical applications that people use it for. Um,
Right, but I mean, like, as far as the street drug, are you fucking kidding?
no, as a street drug, it's fucking crazy.
Right, it's just dumb.
And
And
it's
the
just
fact that
probably
it's spreading
easy.
into other drugs is like, it's just, like you can't even get like normal drugs like without worrying about fentanyl. Like, you're ruining it for everybody.
That's the thing. So obviously, drinking and a lot of those things are on the decline for the younger generations. But that's a whole thing where they make them, they test it. Like there's
No
kids that
shit.
they buy test kits on Amazon and
We
test
have
it.
there's vending machines out here where you can get free fentanyl test strips.
Yeah, and they'll test it out to make sure there's no fentanyl in it before they buy Coke or buy whatever it is that they're buying. They make them
The
test.
last time I was buying Coke, the dealer had the strips. He was like, "You could test it." And I was like, "I trust you, bro. I'm a millennial."
I like my
But
little.
I probably should have tested. I didn't realize
I'm a
how fucking
millennial. I like
crazy it
my
is.
drugs with a little bit of mystery.
Well, yeah, just like I like to pretend that there's no fentanyl in the world.
Yeah, no, and that's yeah, it is pretty nuts, but we'll see. I mean, this isn't gonna stop. I mean, and whenever it does stop, somebody's gonna come out in charge. I guess allegedly the new leader of the cartel is like his son or like his nephew or some fucking kid, but they're all stupid. Like they
Oh,
all
is that is it low mencho?
little Mencho, Menchito. It's like
Menchito.
a little Mencho,
You
Menchelatito. That's like baby, like teeny tiny.
know what I'm saying, Joseph? Menchito.
Menchito, ¿qué
I do
pasó?
anything for a Menchito. I blow up Puerto Vallarta. I blow up.
That's
Sorry.
what they're saying. They're like even the resorts aren't safe.
Like all of them.
Like nothing's safe.
Like I saw them when they were like listing them off and it just like went like across Mexico. It's like each province. It's like from Baja California to fucking Cancun.
Yeah, on the Baja with Jesse. Careful, dude. He
Jesse's
might have
probably
taken.
popping. Jesse's probably blowing
He
up
probably
cars.
took out Mencho himself.
He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that.
Yes, he would.
He's not a narc.
Maybe he took his leather jacket. He took my jacket. Like maybe he's like took his leather
You
jacket. He's
know,
pissed.
that's who we need to get to talk to the Bangladeshians.
It's Jesse.
Jesse, he'll be
Say
our
J
manager.
Bench.
Yeah, yeah, he can represent us with the Bangladesh congregation.
He'd be our PR director.
Yeah, just handle it, bro. We'll give him power of attorney.
Is he like a far left Steve Bannon? And like
Far left?
and like grungy greasiness? Is
No,
he
Steve Bannon is a disingenuous piece of shit who produced Seinfeld and then wears three fucking button downs and smells like shit.
it is wild that he produced Seinfeld.
And I think Herb.
It makes me mad.
And by produced, I mean like he was the money man.
Yeah, like he
Or
put my
one of them.
yeah.
But his name's on the fucking credits, I think.
Ugh, I hate that. That makes me mad.
Steve Bannon, if he was just come to our side, bro, be diabolical for the right team, which is the left team.
Article number 3 from the AP. Cuba says 4 killed in speedboat shooting were attempting to infiltrate the country. Havana. Cuba's government said late Wednesday that 10 passengers on a boat that opened fire on its soldiers were armed. Cubans living in the U.S. and were trying to infiltrate the island and unleash terrorism. The announcement came hours after Cuba said its soldiers killed 4 people and wounded 6 others aboard a Florida-registered speedboat that had entered Cuban waters and had opened fire on soldiers first, injuring 1 officer. Cuba's government said the majority of the 10 people on the boat have a known history of criminal activity and violence. The
What
Secretary
this
of State
story is so weird to me.
The Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who notoriously hates Cubans, has told reporters earlier.
Hold on, back the fuck up. He is Cuban.
Yeah, he hates them.
He hates the Cuban government.
Hates Cubans. Rubio told reporters earlier that he was made aware of the incident and that The U.S. is now gathering its own information to determine if the victims were American citizens or permanent residents. We have various different elements of the U.S. government that are trying to identify elements of the story that may not be provided to us now. You said elements twice in 2 sentences. I don't trust you. Rubio said that while at the airport at St. Kitts, where he was attending a regional summit with Caribbean leaders. The Cuban government identified 2 of the boat passengers as Amigil Sanchez Gonzalez and Leordan Enrique Cruz Gomez, who are wanted by the Cuban authorities based off of their involvement in promotion, planning, organization, financing, support, or commission of actions carried out in the national territory or in other countries in connection with acts of terrorism. Good Lord.
What? Like, they know exactly who these fools are, but like it's like 4 dudes from Florida came here with
Dude,
guns, shooting. We had to kill them. This is so sus.
if somebody,
Sus.
if some,
Sus.
you know what makes it sus too is that it's like they're wanted for authorities based on their, this is the longest shit ever, based on their involvement in the promotion, planning, organization, financing, support, or commissions of actions carried out in the national territory or in other countries in connection with acts of terrorism. That is crazy.
And then here they are coming to do some terrorism.
They just named off like anything: promotion, planning, organizing, financing, support, or commission of actions carried out. Like, that's crazy. They're just like, I mean, look, Cuban government's fucked.
To me, this sounds like this is either like this was CIA, and shit went wrong. This is like some inside Cuban bullshit, and they're trying to like say this boat came from Florida, or this is like a false flag or something for Trump to then like escalate shit on Cuba.
A highly unusual shootout. Trump's top diplomat refused to speculate on what happened, saying that it would be a wide range of things that the U.S. will not solely rely on what the Cuban authorities have provided us so far. Probably smart. Suffice to say, it is highly unusual to see shootouts in open seas like that. It's not something we see every day. It's something, frankly, that hasn't happened in Cuba in a very long time. But that's from Rubio. We've been going around blowing up people on boats all in the Caribbean nonstop.
That's what I'm saying.
So we're shocked somebody in one of them like shot one of
No.
our, like, get the fuck out of here.
But it's not one of ours though. Like that's this whole thing is murky. It's like
But it's a
these dudes.
Florida registered boat. So the boat was registered to Florida.
Right, right. And again, that's Cuba wants to make sure that that is mentioned, right? But then also they know who 2 of these dudes are, and they're like wanted for terrorism, and then they just knew they were coming up on this boat, like with I don't know.
Well, I'm sure they blew them up and then they captured the people that were on the boat. They probably got the dead bodies and were like, "Hey, I know this fucking guy."
Right, but I'm just saying why was the confrontation popped off in the fucking first place?
Because there's probably some random ass boat coming into Cuban waters.
Okay, you don't just you just take it over and whatever that it's called, you
Commandeer
dock
the
it.
ship. Yeah.
Board
board
it. Yeah, board that shit.
I mean, I guess. I mean,
Board that shit, homie.
you might get drone striked from Stephen
I'm
Miller.
just, you don't just fucking just add like they said, this hasn't happened in a long time. Just willy nilly, the one boat you picked up happened to be a bunch of Terrys on it.
Well, what happened
Getting
last
froggy,
time?
a bunch of Terrys getting froggy.
What happened last time? A bunch of random boats, speed boats, were flying in to Cuba. It was the Bay of Pigs.
That's what I'm saying.
So I mean,
So
but it's understandable. This is devil's advocate.
I want to hear more.
Understandable why, yeah, me too. But it's understandable why some of these countries would be hypersensitive to any boats from America flying into their country and in their protected water space. That's not shocking, like, because of the way we've been acting in the region and acting and blowing up people and fishing boats. I'm sure that.
But again, these are like Cuban nationals.
They don't know that. They just know there's a boat.
They named them. They named
after
them.
they killed them. After
Right.
So that means they might have figured out who they were after the fact, but they said they shot at their ship, so then they blew them the fuck up. I don't know. I'm just saying we can't be surprised that if a boat from America rolls up into Venezuela and it's beelining it into Venezuelan waters. If
How
it's
big
just
is this boat?
10 people, probably not that big, but we've blown up smaller boats.
Fucking speedboats rolling in.
I'm
You
just
guys
saying we
just
reap
you're just gonna
in
blow it up and happen to
in
get
that
a terrorist?
area. In that area, we reap what we sow, and the way we've been acting in that
Quit
area with
saying
other
we.
people's
Quit
boats,
saying we. Quit saying we.
the U.S. government. So we
It's
can't be
nothing to do with the
shocked
U.S.
if
government.
we can't be shocked if they're blowing up a boat that comes from the U.S. They don't know that it's not that. They just see a boat coming
Bro,
into their waters and they shoot it the fuck up.
bro. You are just taking this way too literally from them.
No, I'm not saying that it's just Cuba. I'm saying
That's
any
I
of them.
doubt. I'm saying that I doubt that's what happened.
I highly doubt it too. But what I am saying is
Guarantee
big.
it wasn't just some boat.
What I am saying
driving
is
in there.
big picture. We've been blowing up other people's boats, Venezuelan boats and
I
fishermen
get
boats.
that, but I think this is something else.
No, but yeah, it's something else. But we also can't act like in some way that these can't be. This can't. Our actions can't correlate to people taking action against our boats. That's what I'm saying.
But it also could be like a
It's probably bullshit.
false flag. It's a way to get. It's It's like when the Germans sunk our fucking boat to get us into the World War One. Come on. Pearl Harbor. Come on.
But what, Cuba's trying to get into a war with the U.S.?
No, Donald Trump's trying to get into a war with Cuba.
So he just sent them down there and was like, "Go,
Yeah.
blow them up, get them blown up."
Yeah. Send them in there. Shoot some Americans. Give me a reason. Shoot some Americans who aren't actually Americans, like Cuban dissidents.
They might be permanent residents because that makes a difference.
For him, it does.
No, I know it does. That's like we're looking into it. We're trying to figure out what their status was first.
It's like, give me a reason, but I don't want to, have any real Americans dead.
Yeah. Those are the ones that really want to be. The poser Americans. That's who we put out there.
The expendable Americans.
Jesus. Final article. Because it was all heavy. Energy habits. The energy habits that cause the most family arguments. A new study lifts the lid on energy habits most likely to start an argument in the UK household. I feel like it applies everywhere, but this is from Sky News.
What? Breakfast tastes like shit?
Okay.
Again?
On a day when energy bills are making headlines, we thought we'd share some research on energy habits that lead to the most household arguments. I'm going to read some most common household arguments. Leaving lights on in empty rooms. 44% of people argue about this. Is you really have to argue? I feel like you just turn the lights off if you're not in the fucking room.
How would you turn the lights off if you weren't in the room?
Well, when you leave the room, you turn off the lights.
Right, and the argument is when people forget to do that.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know why you would just forget to do that. Just like, that's just...
See, you are now... That's you.
Are you a habitual? But there are lights you can leave on.
You are now fully entrenched on one side of the argument, and now had someone forgot to do it, you're just being like, I don't get why you would forget to do that.
Yeah, you're just being lazy.
Maybe like, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Being a lazy bitch. Leaving the TV on when no one's watching. 40% argue about that. I'm guilty of doing that, but I don't think it's worth an argument.
Sometimes I like to do that.
Like in the background, like the white noise, I can listen to it. Leaving gadgets on TVs, gaming consoles, and speakers. Cost of heating. Temperature of the thermostat. So that's what, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6th on the list. Huh. Leaving doors open when it's cold. Yeah, that's stupid. Putting on the heating instead of wearing a jumper. Hey, you don't turn on the heater, put on your jumper. It's right there, isn't it? That's weird. Just, I mean, you could use blankets, but if you're cold. Leaving the windows open, but last on the list, energy bills. So all of this shit has to do with your energy bill. They argue about that, but they argue about the bill the least. That's weird. Did you, what would you say is the most prevalent argument you've had when you've had roommates? When I
lived with my girlfriend.
Or no, you had a couple roommates. There was a
No,
dude, and
I've had
then
roommates that did. I lived with like 13 people at one point.
okay, what would be your
Um,
most common argument?
when I lived in the condo with the girlfriend, I think it was fuck. I don't even know. We didn't really argue. Cleanliness with like the when I lived with like the homies and like the satellite houses like down in San Diego with the fraternity. Like there weren't actual fraternity houses. It's just everybody in my house lived or was in the same fraternity. But yeah, dude. Like one of the houses I lived in was so fucking dirty. Like there's raccoons coming in and birds and yeah.
Raccoons and birds were in your house?
I felt like Doctor Doolittle, man.
Dude, that's crazy. I'd crash out. Mine would definitely be people being dirty as shit. That was always my biggest thing is like the dishes and just not cleaning up after themselves. That's always my biggest.
Ooh, whenever I lived in an apartment with my boys, Richard and Ricky. Ricky was younger than us. Richard and me were in the same pledge class. And Ricky was like a little bitch, but you know he started working out, so he thought he was tough. He was Filipino. He'd always be cooking rice up in in the apartment in his like rice cooker, and it would just smell like shit. And I think we got into it one time. Also, the one time we got into it was I introduced him to the song "Lollipop" by Lil Wayne when it first came out,
Okay, those are good times.
and him and Richard went out that night, and I didn't go out that night. And they came back. I think they'd been doing blow or were still doing blow, and then they put "Lollipop" on repeat at like 3:30 in the morning, super super loud until, and then I got up, and then Ricky stepped to me, and then he had to realize that I was still stronger than him, even though he'd been going to the gym.
Like,
Because
fuck your rice cooker.
I'm retard maxing.
Jesus Christ.
No, I actually heard that. Okay, so this guy was trying to on IG Reels was trying to sell retard maxing. He's like, he's like retards. He's like, you got a retard max, man. He's like, retards. They don't think, they just do.
That's terrible.
I know.
But yeah, I just thought that was interesting when I was reading about just like how everybody bitches. It's like the same arguments. Lights, sure. I think you can have some lights that you always leave on. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not home, you leave that light on. But you can't leave every light on.
Turn that light out.
Mr. Deffenbaugh. I'm assuming R.I.P. Mr. Deffenbaugh was pretty.
Don't assume. Don't assume.
Maybe. I mean, well, if you're out there, Mr.
With his jerk game, he might be like, you know.
There's so many like stories and rumors. There's had tons of porn.
Like, we're talking about our tech ed teacher. Instead of raising your hand in his class, you turned a light bulb on that was at your desk because that's technology. But people would forget to turn the light bulb off after their question was answered, and he'd go, "Turn that light out."
And he'd come back, so we would turn it on purpose,
just so you would say it.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I wish
I had a smartphone back then. I would have recorded it and then sampled it.
Dude, there's some he would have been a gem, dude.
Turn that light out.
Mr. D was cool though. He was actually cool as fuck.
And then it was also rumored that because he had like a closet in like the tech ed classroom, and everybody said that, and it was locked. Everyone said that's where he kept his porn. Convinced.
I was like, dude, he's got tons of porn. You're like, no way.
Yeah, it was a known fact, and you were a fucking.
There's people who would try to go, who would leave the room, and they'd go try to open it, and go look. Locked. Like locked too. It was not like a little shitty.
Probably because it was like expensive technology shit, like from back in the day.
It was probably really expensive shit that like he's in charge of. We're like, it's porn, obviously. Yeah.
Probably really expensive camcorders that
it's really expensive.
Making porn with.
It's really expensive porn.
Yeah.
Mr. D in. Turn that light out 3. Class is back in session. The substitute.
Tech ed.
Got anything else?
Meditate, bitches.
Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment, whatever. We do appreciate y'all always checking us out and listening. We are at episode 213. We have passed the 4-year mark.
213.
Hey,
Shout out Nate Dogg.
Yeah, shout out. But it's been a wild ride, so we do appreciate y'all, and just make sure y'all keep supporting us. Shout out Bangladesh, shout out Greece, shout out Iran, shout out Iraq. I mean,
bombs over Baghdad.
Well, preferably not, but yes.
Oh yeah.
I know we're past
Just depends, you know.
It's more like bombs over Tehran. But
well,
anyway,
then they bomb our bases in Baghdad.
Yeah. So it's a tit for
Right.
tat. Yeah. It's circle of life, circle of bombs,
Yeah,
circle of predator drones. But yeah, make sure you. Oh, and when did you see that Iran has made a mosquito fleet of boats where they made 1,500 small speed boats that can outrun torpedoes. So rather than making big ass ships, they made 1,500 little small, like heavily armed mosquito boats, or their mosquito fleet, and it looks.
I mean, that's kind of like
pretty
how
wild.
like the drone warfare is like changed in like with the Russia-Ukraine war, where it's just like now you have like, and then I saw China's got this shit where one person is controlling like 200 like a swarm of 200 drones, with AI like coordinating it. That's like the future of warfare, bro.
Some Metal Gear Solid shit. All right, well, y'all be good, be safe, stay out of trouble, and as always, go fuck yourself.
Shout out.
Recording stopped.